Good morning, everyone. I am slowly becoming human, figuring out what kind of light I need for today. Whoa, that's a bit bright. Just so you can see what we're doing. It's a bit early. My brain is not working at its fullest capacity right now. I was sitting here and I nearly blanked out. I'd zoned out. I was watching my twinsie's videos that she's put out in the last couple of days. And I was zoning out to Sam and Dean for lines, dots, and spirals. And then I went onto Amazon searching up supernatural colouring books and then went, oh, wait up, I'm supposed to be going live in a second. So that was my morning. Shows you where I'm at. How is everyone? I can see that we've got Kenny. She's getting some food. Don't blame you. Go get food. We got Rosalind and Angie, which is awesome. Hey, Mandy. So, yeah, I am going to make a mess today. Just be prepared. I went and raided M's watercolour stuff, and I'm going to attempt to do watercolour today. It is definitely not my area of expertise, so it could get interesting, but I figured I'm doing the turtle. That's what it will forever be known as, is the turtle page. And it made sense that I did it in watercolour, but I'm not even going to pretend I know what I'm doing. Hello, Minerva. Every time I see your name, Minerva, I just want to say good morning, Professor. Just so you know, McGonagall is one of my absolute favourite characters. I have a full McGonagall costume. So every time I see that name, just know that a little part of me is just like my little heart, she's just a bomb character. And it's awesome to meet a real life Minerva. I think it's fantastic. All right, do I just get started on this and see my complete atrocity come to life? Might as well. While I'm doing the background, you've got to think about what colour you want me to do the turtle and what colour you want me to do her hair. Because I've been trying to think. Awesome. I'm trying to think whether I want to go real or fantasy, and I don't know whether to do like a bluey, purpley turtle, or to do a rainbow turtle, or to do a proper green sea turtle. I don't know. So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling, Angie. That's really how I'm feeling. But we're going to get in, and I'm going to pretend that I know what I'm doing. And we're going to start now. Get me, like, someone... All right, watercolour, not my thing. I work from light to dark, don't I? Is that what I do with watercolour? It's light to dark? It's because it's the opposite way around for, I think, to, like, other painting. I think I work from light to dark because I can't add lights on top of darks with watercolour. I'm trying to remember my learnings. And I don't remember much. And I'm like, where are all my brushes? Hold on. Shows you how prepared I am. I don't even know what I've done with all my brushes. So I'm going to make do with what I've got. I'm not going to go looking. So you can preserve the light. That's what I thought. Okay. All right. Let's pretend. Okay. I'm gonna go in. I like I said, I have raided the kitties' supplies. So this is gonna be funny. All right. Now, how opaque is the white, like, generally? Hey, Shannon. It's all right, Angie. I'm working with. I'm like someone have a clue. I'm assuming I put it all down on these pretty things to make it. Look legit. Oh, well, that looks like a pretty colour, doesn't it? Can you even see? I don't know. All right. Whew, let's get into this. I'm turning the page so that I can work that way. Technical terms at 7 in the morning. Oh, you preserve the white of the paper. So I should leave this little bit up here a little bit white, so where that light thing comes. Hello, Mona. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna. Look at that. That's light. This is funny. Come on to my stream and tell me what to do, please, because I have no idea. This is how it works, isn't it? Working with colours or mediums, got no clue. However, you might see a little bit more watercolour in the future. Future Andy will be laughing right now. So I went on to order the Brute Funes 120 last night, and yesterday, and I didn't have my glasses on because I was laying in bed, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I saw this cool deal on Ali, and I'm not an AliExpress expert, and so I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good price, and I'm like, yeah, and I was boasted at Angie, I'm like, yeah, I got the 120 set for like $30. I was like, yeah, and Angie's like, well, that's really good. And then she goes, go back and double check just to make sure you got the right ones. And now I bought 120 watercolors. So I'm getting the 120 Brute Funer watercolor pencils, everyone, just so you know. And that's what I'm getting. So be prepared for that in the next month or so, however long it takes to get down under. But that is kind of where I am at. I'm going to put all of this up in here because I figured I'd use white gouache because that's like more opaque watercolor to add in the white highlights when we get to that. But I'm like, yeah, let's just add some watercolor. This is going to be in my typical style. I am just going to slap it on and hope that it looks like something at the end of it. There is watercolor. Yeah. There is definitely watercolor in my future. That's what I said to Em. I said, there you go, darling. I said, there you go, more watercolors for you. Because she just bought in everything last night. I said, I'm going to do the turtle. I want to do it in watercolor. And so she just bought in everything. So I'm just using whatever she has and hoping that it works. All right, that looks like a nice, lighty, pretty sea greeny colour. Ashley! All right, now I'm going to turn it around because this thing's annoying me. And I did have a chat up on my phone and then it died on me. Something went wrong. Of course it did. My life went wrong. All right. Angie, Roslyn, remind me at about, halfway through to do some kind of giveaway too, please. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more blue into this now. Oh, I need that diluted. Hello, Terrelyn. Hope you're not coming for anything too spectacular today. This is me going, woo, let's try and do something I know nothing about. I need a pile of water so I can do that. That's it. How do you get the blendy bits? Again, technical terms, people. Hey, Azra, how's it going? I haven't seen you for a while. How you doing? How's everything going? Oh, see, I'm getting too dark now. I don't want dark. I just wanted to blend. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, people. Not good. The allergies got. Oh, that's not good. I hope you're on the mend. So how's everyone's week been? Mine has been poo bummy. I have been in the depths of anxiety this week, which is fantastic. Might have gathered that from I've actually completed a few pages this week. I couldn't even get myself to work for a few days. The idea of peopling was a bit too much. But, I'm doing the right things. Don't stress. I'm booked in to see my doctor next week. I don't mess around with my mental health. I'm an advocate for good mental health, so I can't ignore it on my own, like for myself. So I definitely look after myself, so don't freak out. But yeah, it's just been definitely, I think this term at what school has hit, yeah, it's gotten to me. Everyone is relying on me to fix some stuff, and I'm overwhelmed. And some people are for what I'm doing, some people are against what I'm doing. And as you know, you try and sit there and say I'm just doing what I think's right, but it doesn't matter when as soon as someone says something negative, even though you're like, yeah, I'm not worried, I don't care, you do. And then I night thinking about how I handled the situation and how I could have done it better, and it just has not been the best of weeks. Hey, Temmie, I was just talking about you and the fact that had forgotten that I knew I was coming on, and I was sitting here waiting for the time and was zoning out watching your videos, and then saw the supernatural one, and then I went on to Amazon and got lost in the world of looking at supernatural coloring books, and then went, whoa, I need to get onto my live stream. Well, where did that color come from? Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, side effects of the antihistamines can sometimes be worse than the actual allergies themselves. Ooh, birthday week birthday's next. Woo, nice. Happy birthday. Easter Sunday for you. Very nice. Yeah, so I realized, I was like, oh, I'm going to be filming on Easter. So I was like, oh. Not that I need an excuse, because I've already had chocolate for breakfast this morning, but I'll have chocolate. Be like, Easter eggs. Yeah, yeah. And then I'm like, I should have put this on watercolor paper, but it's just on cardstock. I don't know. It is what it is. So next Sunday will be, Easter Sunday, and I'll be packing because the day after I have my ridiculous you know, the people that live in small countries. I'm embarking on a 14-hour drive on Monday to go see my mommy and my friends. So that will be the process. So that's 14 hours one way, and then a week later I'm going to do the 14 hours back. All right, so let's come in now with a little bit of aquamarine blue, just to darken it up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go with my general rule of thumb is that if I don't know what I'm doing, just squiggle it. Just squiggle it just a little bit. It's kind of looking oceany. You're making bread. Oh, I want bread. Fresh bread. Oh, stop it. I love fresh bread. Yeah, I try, Rosalind. I know when I start letting things slide and not getting things done, because I usually work at super hype speed. When I've started to, as we tend to do, let things get to us, I'm like, yeah, I need to. And it's been coming for a while. So I think just go talk to the doctor. I reduced my meds probably 18 months ago or so, because I was in a pretty good place with doctor consultation. And I think a lot of things have happened in the last 12 months, both work, personal, all of that. And I think I'm in need of maybe going back up for a little while. So, yeah. Or maybe I just need to accept that I can't fix the world and all right. Virtually floating like a cartoon to your front. Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I am doing too. Yeah, that's basically it, Tammy. I have done that all this week. I've just been like, yep, head down, bum up, at my desk. Should be doing schoolwork, but I have not. But that's okay. Ooh, that's a pretty green. You probably can't even see it. You might be able to. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Oh, no, need a bit more. I don't know what I'm doing, hey. He's all like laughing at me going, what are you doing, Timmy? No, don't do that. Em's like last night, she goes, do you want me to clean out my palettes for you? And I'm like, no, because apparently, you don't clean your watercolor palettes. Sam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that you don't clean your watercolor palettes. So I'm like, no, darling, I'll work around whatever you've got there. She's like, are you sure? She's like, I know you like things clean. And I'm like, no, don't do it. I am promoting tourism to the Great Barrier Reef today. I am lucky enough to live in that beautiful part of the world, which leads on to my hashtag for next month. If you didn't see it on the Instagram, I'm going to do Colour Australia in April. So basically anything Australian, artist, theme, flora, fauna, whatever it may be. I've got a few images I want to get done, which I'll put up when I do my completed pages for this month. And I went on because I've been looking for Australian artists and stuff like that, and I found one. I can't even remember the name off the top of my head. And it's all caravans, and I'm like, and camper vans, and I'm like, I'm going to do one of them because come Easter weekend, all of the grey nomads from down south will be heading up north because they weren't allowed to come last year, so nothing will be holding them back this year. They'll be like, let me in to the Queensland. Oh, some sharks. Awesome. That is awesome to see that they're coming back. Another beauty of living in Australia, in Queensland, is we have the most beautiful oceans. And at summer, when you want to swim in them, you can't because of the stingers and the sharks. So you've got to swim in the shark stinger nets. It's great. But that's all right. I'd much prefer the animals than the swimming. It's their home, not mine. It kind of looks like it's starting to look like water, isn't it? I think I'm going to have to get over my need for the perfection of a neat blend because that's obviously not within my skill set with this kind of medium at this point in time. I have a caravan. Nice. Kilometers are great. I know, and I've got to go. And because I'll be driving as well. Oh my God, I'm going to be stuck behind caravans. Yay. Let's begin to deepen this up. Lake blue, that sounds like a nice color. Ooh, pretty. Angie, Rosalind, am I doing okay? I'm not butchering it too much. I'm going to get quiet because I'm going to be going between the corals. Hey, Boots. Hold on. Well, once I finish this blue, I will show you the palette if you like. I got it for Emery for Christmas. I think it's a medium. It's pretty. I got it because it had you can close it. Okay.
Yeah, no, all good. Can I talk to you later, or are you busy?
I'm busy at the moment, yeah. Is
right,
everything okay?
Yeah, it's just about the dryer. It's making a funny noise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at it later.
Yeah, all right.
It's all good. No worries. Sorry about that. Beautiful coral colors. Oh yeah, I'll bring up the swatchy thing in a sec. But I'll probably use, because I also got M for Christmas, the Albert Duras. So I'll probably use them in the actual coral bitty. So I can actually get in and not have, you know what I mean? Oh, words. That was just M's sister that's living downstairs at the moment. She's just come up and told me that my dryer is making funny noises. I'm like, yay. Mind you, the dryer is 100 years old, so I think I've replaced the fan belt on it a few times. It's probably time for it to retire. And I think I got it secondhand years ago. Yep. Got to give her a minute. She's watercolor. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, give me a moment. All right. Okay. So this is the palette thing. Okay. So it's a Meaden, and it's pretty. And I got it because it looked like a decent set, and it's pastel colors. It says M all over it just by the front of the case, and it looked like a good set for her. Like it's not a cheap set, and it's not a super expensive set, but she said they're really nice to work with. They're not grainy. I don't know. Apparently there's a difference between grainy and smooth. I don't know. And she said the colors are really nice. So she's really happy with it. And that's the main thing. So, but as to what, what it is, don't ask me. I don't know. Watercolor is definitely not my area of expertise. I'm more of an acrylic painter than a watercolorist. So yeah, they're meeting. I don't know. Oh look, Rosalind's found it. Good. Yeah, I don't know. It's technical things when I'm buying things. You know, I've got teenage girls. I want it to be good for them, but I also know their aesthetics, and I want it to look pretty too, because it's important. I'll wait till Em gets up. Remind me if Em gets up. What later? Okay, I gotta love my girls. So we go. I had to go. They had to go get their flu shot yesterday, because my ex-husband George is going up to see her father. Holidays. That's another reason why we go up north, because her father's up there, and him and his fiance had a baby. I don't know, a month or so ago. I don't know, around then, and a little baby boy, and so it's George's brother, and it's their first brother. They've got his fiance's got a little boy, so it's kind of George's stepbrother, but they had a baby. I don't know, long story, blended families, whatever it is. And so Ben was, wanted Georgia to make sure she was up to date with her shots. And apparently now they recommend getting the flu shot as well, if you're going to be around babies. So I went, sure. And because they're not in the risk category, you've got to pay for the flu shot. And they've only just started being released. And so I booked that in at the chemist's to go get the flu shot. And they went and did that yesterday. And but what was really nice is because Em's coming up with me. And for those that aren't aware, I care for Em. She's not my daughter. I'm her carer. But I'm happy to claim her as my daughter. Don't get me wrong. There's whatever. So I've been looking after her now for nearly 3 years, and so she's not in any way, shape, or form related, have any connection with my ex-husband, anything like that. But my ex-husband's met her a couple of times when I've gone up to visit and things like that. But because she's so important in George's life and that kind of stuff, and she's just a beautiful young lady, my ex-husband's like, can she come stay too? It'd be really nice if she wants to get her shots. I'm happy to have her stay for a few days as well, and do some things and give you some time so you can go see your friends and all of that. So my ex-husband so Em's going to go stay with my ex-husband. And Em really likes my ex-husband. He's a good guy. So, and she hasn't really had a father, very many father figures in her life. So I'm like, sure. So she had to get shot as well. What would Shannon or Kenny do? Oh, you're funny. That's hilarious. Anyway, it's the Meaden thing. I never follow the links. I just go look on Amazon later. I'm like, top it off after the item number and the if that helps. Hey Lou, how's it going? Woo! I love when we've got mod mentorship happening. It's great. You've got to give it to Ros and Angie. It's ridiculously early in the morning for us too. So, if they actually manage to even be here, that's a bonus for me. However, I am thinking of doing a late night stream probably as well, just to open up the options. How's that looking? Is that looking oceany? All right, I'm going to come in. I want to make it a little bit dukkha. Yeah, that's it. A little bit dukkha down here at the bottom. Oh, 12 o'clock. Yeah, no. I've been so wanting to catch Emily's Joanna streams, but that's 11 o'clock here and at night. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stay. No, I'm not. I think I made one of her first or second ones and then fell asleep halfway through a balloon or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not making them. My brain's like, nope, sleepy time. Maybe a bit darker. See that's a twins' minds, Tammy. Oh, I love it. All right. So that looks that looks a bit oceany, hey? It's looking all right. Doesn't look complete dog's breakfast-y. All right. Now I need to clean off this thing. Oh, come out of here. Oh, look at all that colour. And I'm going to go in and start putting some shading bits up in here. I love when she kept going past the hour last night. Yeah, I saw that she did a 2 hour. I'll watch it later today. But yeah, I was like, no, there wasn't, no, it just wasn't going to happen. We're snorkeling on the Great. No, well, see, when I go snorkeling, or when I've been snorkeling, it's probably been in the middle of, weather, and it's been brown and grainy. But that being said, back in the day when, we'd never used to worry about getting eaten by crocodiles or sharks or whatever else, or stingers, we used to go across to an island up in the Hinchinbrook, which is in the middle of the Great Barrier Reef. It was called Gould Island, out from Cardwell, if anyone from Australia is in here. And they only allowed a certain number of campers there. So it's a national park island. And we'd go there on the boat. So it takes about 4 hours on the boat to get over to the island. And we would just sit there and spend our days going through all of the coral rocks and all of that during low tide. Never worried about stonefish or anything like that, or crocodiles. Don't get me wrong, we did see a few crocodiles. But, ocean water is generally not where a crocodile is, a salty's going to get you anyway, because it's too clear. It's not their normal attack zone. So we weren't too worried about that. They were just having a chill out there, having a rest on their movements to wherever they were going to. So, but yeah, no worry about stepping on stonefish or any of that kind of stuff. You sit there and play with the stingrays in the tide pools, and yeah, it was fun. All right, how's that looking? That kind of looking oceany? Actually, that looks pretty good. You're doing all right there, Tammy. Look at that. That's Kenny, because I didn't give Rosalind a choice. I just went, oh, I need some Aussie girls when I start streaming, and made them mods. And they come in for my first stream and said, oh, by the way, welcome to the fact that you're mods. Sorry, I should have asked. What do they say? Just do it and ask for forgiveness later? Yeah, he was due to the stingray, but that was stingrays are generally not dangerous to humans, Azra. It was just pure bad luck with Steve Irwin. He was swimming with the rays, and they were just swarming around him, and accidentally, they don't know what they're doing with their stingers as in to do with humans, and it's more that where he got pierced was his heart. It was just the location of where the stingray barb got him, not actually the stingray barb. It was that it got him in the heart, and that's what killed him. You made good choices? Yay, thanks, Kenny. I did make good choices with them. I didn't even know why my name was Blue. Yep, that's exactly it. I was like, hello, welcome to my live. But they haven't said no since, and they've been amazing. So I made good choices. I'm very, very, I love them. Okay. All right. Whew. What do we work on next? The coral, the turtle, or the lady? Yeah, it was. It was shocking. However, the people outside of Australia won't understand. But also on that day, Peter Brock died. Peter Brock was our greatest V8 car driver ever. So V8s are like our, I don't know what you guys call them over there, brum brum cars. And he was killed accidentally doing a charity drive in Tasmania on that day. And that killed me more. Because I loved Peter Brock. So that was like, you know, two very, very iconic Australians passed away on that day. And it was a big kick in the butt. Coral, then turtle. Yeah, work from the bottom up. That's what I thought. And because I'm left-handed, it's kind of works with my ideas. All right. So let's put this pretty palette away. Or should I just leave it there so it looks all, you know, you can look and admire the prettiness of it. And then let's get out the Albert Jurors. And I've trained the girls so well. I have to get rid of the palette because I need the pencil case. In the fact that they've made swatch sheets. Woohoo! Yeah, the watercolors, it's already dry, Azra. Yeah. So yeah, she's already made swatch sheets. So I'm like, gotta be thinking about what I'm doing. So this one here, I might go for raw umber. There we go. Look at that. She's got it in order. She's anyone think I've trained my children good. 28 pages. Oh my gosh. I think I'm up to, oh, how do I sharpen these buggers? Ooh. Ooh, okay. They don't sharpen like normal pencils. Hold on. I'm figuring out how to sharpen these dudes. And then you'll be like, you don't need to sharpen them. And I'm like, I want to sharpen them. All right. Okay, I'm going to go in with raw umber. Yeah, I love swatching. Oh, I forgot to tell you I got sidetracked because I was talking about Tammy and a supernatural. So we went shopping yesterday and I was talking about the jabs. And then I got sidetracked from the jabs. That's right. I get sidetracked quite easily. Where do you reckon that sea star's doing? I'm going around the other edge there. Okay. Yeah, so we went to Officeworks, which is kind of like our, I don't know, it's an office supply store. So it kind of has crafty, officey, stationery stuff. Heaven. Okay. So we went there and Em hadn't spent, she's had some money for ages and she hadn't spent it. And we'd been clothes shopping and stuff and she nothing there that she wanted. And I'm going to use a normal brush. How's that? I'm going to be fancy. Ooh, pretty. So, and we're in there, and she'd come across a leather moleskin kind of journal, and she's like, "Oh, this looks like the Winchester John's journal." And I'm like, and she goes, "Oh, I'm going to make John's journal." So she's bought it. And the girls, I think my hairdryer got more of a workout last night than it's gotten its entire life because I don't use it. They were tea staining all of the pages last night. And then I'm going to go out to my dad's later and look at embossing the leather. All right, see ya, Azra. Have a nice night's sleep, sweetheart. You've done about 50 of them. Wow. Yeah, this is Montmartre. So this is an Australian art supply company. Really good. Cheaper, but generally okay, except for their pencils. I'm not going to rate their colored pencils. They do all right for paint and all of that kind of stuff, but their colored pencils, no. Definitely not going to give them that. I do have reviews of them on my channel somewhere, but they are definitely not my choice. So they're in the process. So last night we've now got a pin board of all of the different what's the word I'm looking for? Inspirations, that's it, for John's journal. And I was like, oh God, knocked over my Coke. And I said, make sure you put in a little bit to do with us. I said, can you sit there and make a diary entry of them going to one of the alternate universes and discovering that Dean was married to me? And Em and George are just like, you are so sad. And I'm like, just make a diary entry, just somewhere. Let's just imagine, please. All right, so this is red violet, that color. 194. So I'm just going to lay down base colors and I'll go back in and do detail later. But yeah, because you've got I got the premium, and I think you've just got the regular ones or something, Angie, isn't it? But yeah, they weren't, but their paints are good. And then I'm going to go in with Venetian red. Okay. So Venetian red, 190. Okay. Oh, I better put them back in. Cheesy. I'm going to have to go in after this and make sure all the names are facing forward, because she is me, but probably worse. And as she's She likes them all on her names facing forward. And I expect them, if they borrow something of mine, to bring it back in the same state that I have put it. So I better do the same thing for her. All right. That's the problem. You train them well, and then you've got to actually produce. Otherwise, they'll judge you. G'day, Mary. You're fed and happy. What did you make? What you cook? What you cook? What you cook? What you eat? What you eat? Oh, all the time, Dean. And it's so funny. I'd put off watching Supernatural for years because in my head he was still Eric Brady from Days of Our Lives. It's showing my age, isn't it? And I was like, oh, I can't take it seriously. And now I've watched the entire 15 seasons in the last couple of months. And yeah, and Tammy, I was listening to your video this morning. I get it. All I'll say is that with my anxiety the last few days, I watched the last episode on Friday, and it was a notebook-worthy moment from the movie The Notebook. You get that? And I needed it. I felt better after it, but then I was also miserable. But I was sobbing for quite a while. All right, so there we go. There we got a little bit of that. Okay, now that's had time to dry. I'm going to go in with the Van Dyck Brown. All right, Van Dyck Brown. I don't know if you can hear my chooks in the background. I don't know if it's picking up, but one's laying an egg right now. She's got an early morning chorus for me. Seasoned chicken. Oh, yum. For dinner last night, we had little sausages, chipotle sausages, scrambled eggs, cheese in a brioche hot dog bun melted in the oven and toasted in the oven. That's what I had for dinner last night. Okay, so we had breakfast for dinner. And I love a good breakfast dinner. They'd be my favourite dinners when we have breakfast for dinner. All right. So rook done. Let's go on to these Vivalakis down here. I'm going to go magenta. There we go, magenta. Yeah, breakfast for dinner. Yeah, Vegemite sandwich. Yeah. Yes, we knew egg was on the way, so you can't hear her. Oh, Dark Angel. What's that dude's name from Tony from he's in the wheelchair, but he's from, oh my God, brain work. NCIS. And yeah, he was in the wheel. Oh yeah, Dark Angel. That was I wish there had been more seasons of Dark Angel. I don't remember him from Dark Angel. I only remember Tony and Jessica. As you can tell, I can't even remember Tony's real name. But we all know Tony. Denoza. All right, so a bit of magenta there. And then I'm going to do Pink Matter Lake. Oh, I missed one. But yes. Anyone want a nice fresh warm egg? Straight from the chicken's butt. Started from the beginning and up to season 3. It's so funny because Em was watching it, so she was ahead of us all, and we'd occasionally see a season here and an episode here and there. And then I started watching it from season 1, and then Georgia decided that she kept missing bits too, so she's watching it from the beginning. So Em finished it ages ago and then was just waiting for season 15 and has watched that. And I finished it on Friday, and I think George is up to season 6, I think she said yesterday she's up to now. So we're all at different stages in this house. Thanks, Renee. You missed the beginning. Hello. I missed the beginning. I don't know what I'm doing, which is a general theme of my colorings. I don't know what I'm doing. I went and raided my kids' watercolor supplies and am attempting to make them work. So that is what we're doing right now. Oh, you know what was even better was I was sitting there and I was watching season 15, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, Tammy, don't stress. And but I'm like, because I was colouring at the same time, so I tend to colour at the same time as watching it. So I sort of watch it, listen, look up occasionally. And a song come on, and I'm like, God, that sounds like Dean or Jensen. And I'm like, that is his voice. And then so I looked it up, and it was him and his album. So I've downloaded his album. I'll have to listen. I'm not a country fan, but I'll listen to him. But it was interesting that I could tell that it was his voice just from, like you could distinctly hear Jensen Ackles, like, and I was like, oh yeah. So I was having a good old listen to that. All right, let's go for middle cadmium red in here. I'm doing fine, thank you. I think I watched season 114 about 3 times now. Nice. I can see why you're putting off watching season 15. But it's like moments, man. So there's like distinct moments through the series that have just got me. Crowley, I think, was in season 13. Well, his words at the end. My boys, not my boys. Oh, I was like, I messed with that. Mary and John. Anything to do, I think, where, for me, it's the sacrifice that you give up for family. Family is very important to me, and I was just like, but yeah, Crowley. I mean, I named my cassowary Fergus, so I'm like, we talk about who would actually be our the people we'd hook up with in real life. And while Dean Yum, they sit there and say, I would friend zone Sam, which I would totally friend zone Sam. And we would just have huge, like, philosophical conversations. I can totally see that happening. And then I would. Sorry, I'm like thinking to myself what color I'm going to go next. Cadmium orange, I think. Sorry, next one's cadmium orange. And I just want Dean's boots under my bed. That's fine. But in reality, I think the person that would I'd most long-term probably get on with is Crowley. Just his sarcasm and all, yeah. And and he's hairy. But then part of me is like, Charlie would be awesome. I'm like, Charlie's pretty cool. She's smart as well as kooky, a little bit geeky. And we all know I'm a little bit geeky. And I'm like, so I don't know. All right. So, yeah, so it's all, don't know. But now I've got to sit there and decide what my next show is going to be. Because I just like having a season of something that I can have in the background while I'm colouring and do all of, I just like having something to kind of watch, white, noisy kind of thing that gets my attention. But, if I miss bits, it's not the end of the world. So I don't know. I don't know what my next one should be. So I've got Disney, I've got Amazon, and I've got Netflix. So yes. Oh, I love Rowena at the end, man. You wait till, Tammy, wait till season 15 with Rowena. That woman's awesome. When we got the latest rat, like she's called Amara because she's dark, like she's a dark rat. But if there'd been a ginger rat there, we were going to get that, and she was going to be called Rowena. So if we ever get a ginger rat, Rowena will be the name. Okay. So between Supernatural and Harry Potter, we've got names of pets for days. All right, so that's that one. Okay. What's Fisk, Angie? Should I know that? All right. Let's go for Pink Matter Lake and Middle Purple Pink. Oh, New Aussie Comedy. Okay. No, I'm still using Albert Durers. So I'm trying to do all watercolor today of some sort. Don't know how successful I'm going to be, but it's my attempt for today. Oh, wrong one. Put that one back. And this is the Pink Matter Lake. I'm an hour in. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Angie. All right, so we've got to do a giveaway. So this is the last giveaway of a Monja page from her Etsy store. So all the links are down below for her how to get there. So it will be a number between 1 and 100. So the general rules of giveaways, number between 1 and 100. The closest one without going over is our winner. Email me within the first 48 hours. My email is down below. It's amazontammy11@gmail.com. And yeah, and I'll give like a minute or so to put in that number. Once I type in go, 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 don't talk while we're doing that so that we can figure out who the winner is. If you have won an image already, then oh gosh, I'm just stretching. Sorry, I'm taking a moment to stretch. If you've won an image already, it'd be great if you could just sit this out so that we give someone else an opportunity. Yeah, not yet, Tammy. I thought you were talking to me, Shannon. I'm like, I haven't started yet. Wait till and Shannon's already modern. It's great. I love it. But yeah, it didn't. I'm the same, Tammy. I sit there and have my number ready to go and hover over it. But I'm going to type it in now. Okay. So I'm just going to do this coral while we wait for that. It's so funny. You see all of these like beautiful corals and you go to the aquarium. So we've got some beautiful reef aquariums. Like when I go to Townsville, I'll probably go to the aquarium. But when you go out, most of the time, it's brown coral. Don't see all the pretty colours. Go out snorkeling. It's probably because I'm not going to pay to go to all of the really nice places. I just go out wherever I can. All right, so make sure you get your numbers in. It's so sweet. Every time I send Monja the details and I thank her for her generosity, she's like, no, thank you for this. And I'm like, don't thank me. I'm going to, it's all right. I had secret plans. I'm going to send her some images of Georgia and Em. Because I said, if you want any models of some things, I'll send them along. So I'm going to send her some pictures of Georgia and Emily so that she can draw maybe a colouring page of the girls, and I have some really cool artist drawn images because I have done. I should go get that. I'll go get that in a sec. I'll go get that while you're putting in the numbers. I'll show you the picture I've done of Georgia. So while you're finishing that off, don't put your numbers in. Quick, quick. All right, I'm back. Come on, there's got to be some more numbers than that. Come on, people. Come on. Oh, well, it's going to be good. We've got a good range. All right, Mary's in. Quick, quick. Yep. All right. Okay. All righty. We're going to go. We're going to close. All right. Stop. Okay, let's get this number generator up. All right, we got this one. Can we see it? There we go. Because I'm too lazy to turn the brightness down, basically. Okay, let's generate. Boom! 68. So that would be Mary, by the looks of it. Congratulations. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong or not. It is Mary? Good. I was like, I don't know. Sounds like it could be Mary. All right. But, yeah, as I was saying, in that getting Monja to draw the girls, you know, because then I could have Monja images. I have drawn Georgia, so this is a image I sketched of Georgia. So I have done her, but like, let's get real. Getting Monja to do it would be amazing. Yeah, just to make sure you. No, it's cool, Mary. Just give me an email and I'll get it off to whichever image you want, and I'll get it off to Monja. But yeah, so that's my little graphite sketch of the Georgia Geel. So I did that, but I'm like, if Monja makes page out of it, I'm like, yeah, be good. Which then actually leads me on to the next thing. It will be coming out as a video later in the week, but as you know, I have two incredible mods, and I only have so much time. So I'm spoiling one mod first, and then the other mod has already been spoiled with a piece of my original artwork. But I got the light fast for my birthday, and then these two lovely ladies sent me some lovely birthday gifts. And I went, well, one of them was light fast paper, and I went, well, it only seemed right that I drew them a picture with my light fast. So I drew this little fella here. So this is what I've done in the last couple of weeks. I did film it. However, as per normal, where I did the little squirrel here, the file was corrupted. So you've got everything except for me colouring in the squirrel, which is probably well, not colouring it in. I actually drew this guy. I got to say, it's not colouring in. I drew it. And where I did him, the file was corrupted. But I've got a speed video that'll go up later in the week of the rest of the process. So that's my little squirrel. But what I have done, and we'll watch what will come with the video, is I have my initial sketch I've turned into a colouring page. So it's Dean. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to name him. I was in my class because it's my background screen on my projector thing, and we're like, I don't know what to call him. But then I'm like, I think Angie can call him. And the little ladybug's there because little ladybugs are my thing. So, and Rosalind's already got a ladybug off me. So it was like, yeah. So this one was for Angie. And Angie's like, I'm just going to ignore you talking about this right now. So she knows it's coming. I just haven't got to the post office this week because I have not left the house because of people. Squizzy Taylor. Yeah, nice. I like it. All right. And okay, so let's keep going with this coral. Yeah, so I've got, when the video comes out, I've got the line arty kind of colouring page, and then I've got the grayscale colouring page as well. Just for those people that want the different versions. Don't get me wrong, it's not great, but it was just a combination of, like, my sources were a combination from Pixabay of a few different things. And because I was like to Andy, so what would your favourite animal be? She's like, oh yeah, I like little fluffy things. And I went, okay, little fluffy things it is. And she had no idea that I was intending on drawing anything. But that is where we ended up. Okay, so next colours. I'm going to go to this one down here. You're trying to stay focused. I'm going to go in with the Walnut Brun. And if I don't get this done in stream, I might just might film the rest of it. I'll just do a colour and chat if we don't get up to the turtle and stuff like that. But we still haven't decided what colour I'm doing the turtle or the hair. So you guys can think about that and let me know now whether, like, you probably weren't all in here at the start when I was talking about it. But I can't decide whether I want a green sea turtle, like keep it realistic, or I want to turn it into like a bluey kind of purpley fantasy turtle, or just go all out and go rainbow and do a rainbow turtle. So I'm not sure what colours I want to make him. And then I don't know what colour to do her hair. So I'm like, you know, it is what it is. Fantasy. Fantasy. That's the name of the what are the barges, the ferry service in where I'm from in Townsville in Queensland, that takes you over to the Magnetic Island, just across. The name of the ferry barge service is Fantasy. So all I've got in my head now is the ad for the Fantasy barge services. It's great. Green turtle and rainbow shell and ombre hair for hair, blue to purple. Oh, gosh. Okay, there's an idea. I hadn't thought of her hair being bluey purple. All right, now I'm going to go in with burnt sienna. Watercolor pencils are fun. You don't need to be as precise. It's like, just put it down and hopefully it'll move. When I paint, put some water on the page. Hopefully it'll come together and look like it's meant to be there. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And once I've got the watercolor all down, it's all dry, I'll probably come in and do a little bit more detailed shading and stuff. But generally, I'm just enjoying playing. I've managed to get, I'm actually surprised how many Monjas I've gotten done this month. I was like, I'm done all right. All right, and then Naples yellow. How do you keep the watercolor pages from warping? I don't know. I'm only using cardstock. I think I'd imagine, I'm not a watercolor expert. I'd imagine it's trying not to make it too wet. Although I did, because I saw, I don't know who it was. I watched so many videos. I saw someone use the workable fixative down before using water-based markers. And I went, you know what? And I did that last night with, I was using water-based markers in my Joanna Basford calendar. And I thought, I wonder if I just put a layer of the workable fixative down on this before I go in, will that make a difference? So I don't know. I did. I sprayed it with workable fixative this morning. No, last night, whatever. Before I've gone in with it. I don't know if that's made a difference to the warping. I'm not sure because this is not my area of knowledge, the watercolorness. Tape it down. Yep. There you go. Tape it down. Then I can't move it around, Shannon. All right. Okay. Let's put them back. What order do they go in? Naples yellow, burnt sienna, walnut brown. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's watch. See if this happens. I think I need more water. Oh, too much water. Oh no, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm like, I don't care enough. I'm kind of at the end. I always just kind of roll it at the end just to unwarp it. That seems to work. I have the weirdest dreams. I've been like those that have anxiety will know that when you're in full anxiety moments, your dreams are just stupid. I had some weird dreams the last couple of nights. I woke up this morning going, "What was that?" It's just insane, and it was based. It was about my friends and going back to Townsville and family and people I'll see there, but just in a weird sense. And I'm like, oh my God. So, it's the subconscious thinking about going back to Townsville and all of that kind of stuff. But I was like, whoa, it was full on in weird thought mode. Because, of course, it just can't be a normal, nice dream. It has to be some kind of weird, wacky, irrelevant thing. And I think, because generally roadworks irritate me on a drive. And when you're doing 14-hour drives, roadworks matter because if you're stuck in roadworks, it can make it extremely long. And I think there was like some weird ass roadworks in my dream. One of them was like they were working on a highway motorway, which had never happened up there anyway, not enough traffic. And to get over to the other side of the motorway they were working on, they picked up your car like in like those claws in those machines and moved it across to the other side of the. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. I don't know what was going on in my brain, but it was quite an amusing dream. And I was like swapping and changing between cars and trying to find a rental property. Oh, I'm just like, what is going on with the thoughts in my brain? I don't know. I hate the roadworks on the major, and it's always, it's always happening on. We're talking about the Bruce Highway here, and it's a massive strip of it. You're going to come across roadworks. I mean, I don't mind them so much as long as I can get through them pretty quickly. But if I'm stuck there for ages, then I get frustrated. And I try to remember that, roadworks are important because we need to keep upgrading the roads, and I'd much rather nice roads than full of potholes. But oh, Renee, I am absolutely loving your Monja page too, by the way. She is gorgeous. And that yellow dress, I'm like, oh, she's so pretty. All right, how's that looking? That looks like coral, doesn't it? Kiddo had a nightmare last night when our house was being bombed. Yeah, that'd be me. I'd be like so calm. Be like, yeah, whatever. That's funny. All right, let's go for yeah. Let's go for an orangey kind of color here. Let's go cadmium orange and cadmium yellow. How's that? That might work. Yeah. You know, it's been good. Like, I'm pleased with the amount of images that I've done of Monjas through the month. And I'm glad that I've tried some different techniques on it too. And I think that's it. I'm like, well, I'm doing, and I've got to keep telling myself they're PDFs. If I don't like it, I can reprint it out. It's not the end of the world. And I've just been, I'm like, yeah, just have fun. Like the one I did the other day, I did because Georgia picked this Victorian lady in a big puffy dress because that's Georgia all over. And she wanted it in pastel colors. And I'm like, oh gosh. And that was fun. It was actually really fun to do. To color lightly for a start is difficult because I'm not a light colorist. So to keep the pastels there, trying to color, keep embrace the white a little bit more. That was kind of fun. Yeah. All right. Oh, look at how bright that comes out. Yeah. So one thing I like about the Inktense and this kind of stuff is when you put the water on and it's just like, boom, there it is. There she be. All of that colour. And Emily said she was going to try and wake up so she could come on here. And she has not. Lazy she is. Because she wanted to come on. I was going to grab the journal from her room last night. So I was like, I wanted to show you. But no. I thought, no, I better not. She'll be, yeah, but she's not awake. But that's all right. Teenage girls, they sleep in. Don't blame them. I'd sleep in too if I could. But as we know, the older we get, the less we sleep. She's still got time, yeah. There we go. All right. This one down here, I think we're going to go for purples and greens, like turquoisey kind of purpley greeny colours. So I want to go cobalt green and mauve. So mauve. All right, let's go mauve in the centre. A little bit of mauve. Mauve. Yeah, no. If another chook, yeah, no, you'd be surprised. They sleep through him. They sleep through Casper having a spack attack at the dogs walking past. Or I'll occasionally hear, shut up, Casper, and then nothing from them for another hour because they just go straight back to sleep. So, all right. let's see how this comes together. Let's do the move part first. So just so you know, we pronounce it in Australia as mauve. It's just an ongoing debate about the pronunciation of the move. If I hear mauve, I just think of British plum in their mouth. Kind of posh. I want to sound push, so go mauve. There we go. Got a bit of colours there. And then I reckon these look like worms, so I'm going to make them worms. So let's go for red violet and middle cadmium red. All right. So we're going to make these earthworms. They're not, but that's the colour I'm going to make them. Earthworm coral. That's what we're having in this image. And in my head, I'm still going, fantasy. Bright sea slug. Yeah. Oh, there's more of that coral. Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, it's different. We'll make a different colour. Okay. Then we got the middle cadmium red. Oh, I went out for dinner on Friday night. It was my best friend's birthday, so I figured I had to human for that reason. And I hadn't left the house for 3 days, and the girls, I think, were in like the whole, oh, are you ever going to leave this house kind of thing? So I said yes, and I went out to dinner. And we went to local sports club. And they had, like, everyone had grey hair, basically, pretty much. Not that I can talk because I'm getting some greys too. But it was more, they were doing the old style dancings. So they had a band there and they were singing the older songs. Not like super old songs, like the Bee Gees and all were playing. But people were doing like the Prides of Erin and things like that. And they were all, as a group, dancing to these things. And it was kind of really cool to see. And I'm like, and I sat there and I said to the girls, I said, some of these people are that's probably how they started, courting. No one ever uses that word anymore, but earlier in their life, they probably started courting by going to dances like that. And they're still going out on a Friday night, more of a social life than me, doing those dances. And it was the girl, it was funny to watch, but it was also quite nostalgic and sweet too. And that's what I said to the girls. I said, I met someone and they could whip me on the floor and dance like that, I said, I think I'd fall in love with them on the spot, because it's a skill that's just not really embraced anymore. Yet they look lovely, and you just sit there and think, oh, it was really lovely to see. Except for they won't dress like Debs, no. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Hello. But there was one older lady that was in a red polka dot 50s style dress with the tulle under thing, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so cool! And it looked so good as she was like she was being spun around, and I'm like, it was awesome. There we go. There's my earthworms. Yeah. Well, see, I did the Pride of Erin at my formal. So there was nothing about me that was debutante worthy. So yeah, I think let's make. I think a bit of green might be good for this one. Let's go light green and dark phthalo green. I reckon pine green, dark phthalo green. Where am I going? Cobalt, deep cobalt, dark phthalo green. Okay. Yeah, 50 cells. And it was, Renee, it was just so lovely. And I'm like, it's, and don't get me wrong, they got moves and fitter than I am. I would have been panting and dying after one way around the thing, let alone a song after song. All right, and this one is dark phthalo green. Yeah, there was never any chance. I didn't even wear a white dress to my own wedding. So there was no chance that was ever going to be my kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, nope. Nope. Not about that kind of stuff. The story of my 3 weddings. Oh my god. So my husband, well, my now ex-husband, but we eloped because my mum had gotten married. We were engaged, and my mum was engaged and all, and she was planning a wedding and the thing. And my husband at that time was in the army, and to get recognised as a couple without being married required like pages and pages of proof, joint bank accounts and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, really, way too much effort. So we eloped instead. We just went down and got married. Then all we had to produce was a marriage certificate. That was a much easier piece of paperwork to produce. Because wasn't a big one about joint accounts or anything like that. And so we went, eloped and got married, and then told our parents and things. And that was the tragedy that we'd done it without them. And I'm not all for the big party thing, even back then. So we eloped, and then my ex-husband's family are Catholic, and they were a bit disappointed that we didn't do it in a church. So we decided to get remarried in a church, and so that was all cool. And so I'm like, all right. So I thought, oh, well, we might as well do a ceremony and make everyone happy, and they get a chance to come along and whatever. And I'm just trying to look at what colours I'm going to do. I'm going to do, so we got middle cadmium red, and then I'm going to do deep scarlet red. Okay. Then so I organised that, and I'm like, man, the whole idea why I didn't want to get married is I didn't want to waste the money. I'm not spending a lot of money on my, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. I didn't want to think. So I decided, oh, well, we'll go have the ceremony, and then I'll cater for everyone, and we'll do it in the backyard. So that's what I did. Hired a marquee and cooked for 60 people. Had it all ready to go in the bain-marie, already that it could just be heated and put in a bain-marie and stuff like that when I got home from the ceremony. And then I went and I was like trying to find something to wear. I'm like, oh God, am I actually going to have to look? I'm like, I can't really wear jeans or something down the aisle. Ended up finding this dress that I really liked, and I was much I was very overweight at that time. And but I found this dress, and it was a black dress, and I loved it. And I went, oh, that'll do, and it cost me $70. It was great. And got a nice shawl, got my hair done, did makeup, all that kind of stuff, and looked pretty. And I was wearing it was long enough to hide the fact that I was wearing thongs because my ex-husband's shorter than me. And I went and wore a black, didn't even think about the fact that I wore a black dress in church for a wedding, but that's what I did. And then went back and started prepping and had everyone over, and that was kind of it. And then the highlight of the night, no, there was two highlights. One was my mum, because my mum used to be an aerobics instructor. My mum getting down on the floor and putting her ears up behind her head and rolling around in a ball. That was hilarious. And then getting the knock on the door that my cousin, who wasn't able to attend because he was on shift, he was a prison guard, had been stabbed. Not fatally. He had been stabbed by a prisoner. So we got a knock on the door for my aunt, obviously, to go to the hospital and stuff. But yeah, so that was definitely a wedding to remember. No, I'm too drunk because I even then I don't drink. So I was like, if you want to drink, bring your own drinks. I'm not paying for that. You would wear a tux, Jamie? If I had a wedding again, I'd be wearing jeans. It'd be the same thing. Like if people are like, oh, if you got married, would you have a proper wedding? I'm like, no, I'd do exactly the same thing. I might have my friends over, but it'd still be like jeans and probably a Barbie in the backyard. I'm like, not my kind of things. Nice. All right, so that looks like some coral, hey? I'll go on there. All right. Let's go for earth green, yellowish. Along here. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I don't think, and if it was, even if I think if I got, decided, like I've always said, if I meet someone, if they haven't been married before, I'd consider getting married again, but I'm not too concerned. Me meeting someone requires me leaving my house, so it's not in the near future. But if I've said, if they haven't been married before and they want a wedding, I'm happy to have a wedding as such. And if they want like a real wedding, great. But I think I'd wear a pantsuit, some kind of thing. I still don't think it'd be a dress. That being said, I do wear dresses occasionally. Like I do wear formal dresses and stuff to the students' formals and things. So I'm not completely adverse to a dress. It's just not my real thing. I'm going to go in just with a bit of light green, just along here as well. And then I'm going to go in with olive green, yellowish. That through here. It's kind of how I feel. I'm just not comfortable in a dress. It's just not my thing. I've always been more of a jeansy pants person. I'll still wear a pair of jeans with some stilettos and, girl it up. But I'm much more comfortable in that. All right, now I need, what color do I need now? Let's go for a bit of Vindic brown. I better put those colors back. Yeah. Vindic brown. Anytime, yeah, you were saying that the other night, Angie, that it was like hair and makeup it's hair and nails. No, I still do my girliness. Although this is my engagement ring, by the way. I haven't worn this ring in 12 years. But I was bored at midnight the other night because I couldn't sleep, anxiety. And Georgia had come in and I'd showed her how to polish her jewelry because she wanted her jewelry all polished because we'd just been at a jeweler's getting a present for my best friend's birthday. And she's like, I want my rings to look that shiny. And I'm like, well, I've got the jewel cleaning stuff at home. So I was showing her how to do it. And so what was I saying? Words. What were my words? Yes, so midnight, and I don't know, I think might even been one of Emily's streams or something. But I decided to polish all of my gold that I never wear because I'm a costume jewelry kind of girl. I'm happy with my cheaper pieces of jewelry. And I was like, I pulled out all my gold and polished it because it was there and something to do. And then I've had them on, and I'm like, I feel like my mother. Feeling all dolled up with all of my gold rings. And I was like, I'm going to do my engagement ring, and I'm going to wear it because, it's diamonds, and I never wear it. So I'm like, I'm going to wear my engagement ring. It'll do for a couple of days, and then I'll be like, get all of these off me because they're annoying. Yeah, dear brother. Actually, to be honest. He's never worked. He's 6'4". I've missed something there. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've got to meet the brother. That's right. That is right. I remember that. Yes, 6'4". I've never. I know it's really stupid, but the idea of actually getting on my tippy toes to kiss someone, that's like, that'd be weird. Be cool. I'd feel like girly. Stupid, I know. I got described as a clothes horse the other day. Never in my life, because, I've been overweight most of my life, and I'm not now due to having surgery. But someone described me the other day as a clothes horse. And I'm like, wow. And she goes, they're like, you're so tall that whatever you wear just fits. And I'm like, okay, cool. I said, usually I can't get jeans that come to my ankles, but sure. But that was a compliment I'd never thought I'd ever have in my life. Is being called a clothes horse. Look at my little turtle coming to life. He's looking a bit cute. Oh, high heel boots. That's what I'm about, Mary. I have my shoes. We won't talk about how many shoes I own, but I have a whole section of my closet just dedicated to my boots. And from, ankle high boots to knee high boots to thigh high boots, I'm like, oh, I love my boots. Love, 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 love them. And I bought myself another pair of boots the other day. My favorite boots are my red suede boots. Every time I wear them, it's like people are like, oh my God, because they add this to an outfit with my red suede boots. Best boots ever, and super comfy. All right. So we've got Turtle. He's a little bit cute. Hey, Ellie, how's it going? All right. Now I've got to think about turtle shell. Okay. Let's go for... You've got me thinking now with this rainbow. I'm going to go... Might do purples, green, blues to green down here. So I might go in with Delft blue. So Delft blue. Oh no. Can you erase watercolor pencil? Kinda. Okay. Delft blue. Thanks, Brian. G'day, Brian. My turtle. Delft blue. And then I'm going to use cobalt turquoise. All right. So let's do that. Let's see how this looks. Do you just get home from work, Brian? Oh, no, what is it? Saturday there? So you might have had the day off. I don't know. Okay, so there's a bit of a purple underbelly. Now I'm going to do the choices, man. Choices. Let's go for... I'm going to do red. Which pencils are these? It is the Albert Durers from Faber-Castell. I rated my kids' watercolor supplies because I don't do watercolor. So this is me playing. Let's go for cadmium orange. And then a little bit of light cadmium yellow. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea what I was even going to use this morning to even think about having links for everything. I was still last night with Angie and Rosalind going, I think I'm going to do some kind of watercolor. Soon I'll have 120 Brutfuner watercolor pencils. I'm such an idiot. Oh, that's all right. Although, if you're in Australia at the moment and you're watching it, oh my God, Prismacolors are less than $100 at the moment for the 150 set of Prismas. I'm like, do I need them? No. Do I want to get them? Because I've never seen them under $100 for the 150 ever. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh. So I can't imagine what they are. I know that they're on sale. That's a US thing. So in the US, check them out because they'd obviously be cheap as super cheap over there. You're probably looking at $50-$60 for the 150 set of Prismas at the moment. Like, oh my God. Seriously? Need them. All right. So let's have a bit of pinky greeny kind of color for here. Let's do Matter. I love that name. Matter. Matter and Cobalt Green. See how that works. Oh no. I have Prismas. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to convince myself. I'm like, I have Prismas and I have some backups of some colors, and I'm like, do I need another 150 set? And then I'm like I'm telling myself because Georgia likes to work with the Prismas, and I'm like, oh, do it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, but yeah, I'm just like, I'm like, under $100. Are you kidding me? Right? That's like, it's to buy them open stock here in Australia. You're looking at, what is it, $2.20 or something a pencil? Something, I think it is. I'm like, oh my God, I know, I am considering it. Probably when I go on, the sale's gone. Because I was going to get, so my whole plan was to get the Brut 100, the Brut for 120s, which is now the 120 watercolors. And I'm like, well, this is such a good price. I should get the Prismas this month, well, next month. And I'll leave the Brut 120 for the month after. Because I'm trying not to, I don't need any pencils. I wants them. I don't needs them. All right. See you, Rosalind. Thank you, darling. I'm going to go. Oh, geez, it's time to go. Oh, I didn't even realize what the time is. Well, we've nearly finished the turtle, so that's good. Look at that. Look at that. We'll finish the turtle there. Okay. So we've got kind of a rainbow turtle. Bit of a fantasy turtle there. It's actually a bit cute. I am going to leave it there, and I'll probably just finish it up on... Just finish. I've only really got that, and then the shading and stuff to do. But that was a bit of fun playing with the watercolor. Thanks for coming in and watching my atrocious attempt at doing it. I do appreciate it. And next week I'll start with, because it'll be April, so it will be Colour Australia in April is my theme for next month. So it will be either Australian artists or Australian themed pictures. So that's what I will be doing for April. It looks as cool as anything. Thanks. Thank you very much. All right. Have a great day, people, or night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for coming in. Mary, don't forget to email me your choice for the Monja. Congratulations. And I will see you all later. I'll probably see you in some other streams. Bye.